Hey guys, welcome back to Selenium 4 with Java, February 2025 Batch, online training session 8. In today's sessions, I will start with TestNG, and today's session and next session will be completely on the TestNG framework. You will be knowing what is the in and out of TestNG. So today we will cover what is TestNG all about, how to do the step-by-step installation for TestNG, what are different TestNG annotations, how you can enable or disable test, how you can set the priority of the test case and do the sequential execution using TestNG, what is hard and soft assertion, and what are the different attributes like depends on method, always run, invocation count, invocation timeout, skip fail invocation in TestNG, and how you can run multiple classes scenario or how you can run multiple test suits in TestNG. So as of now, whatever you have learned so far using Selenium, right? You can create a Java you Maven project, and you can create a class, and you can add n number of lines. But this will treat as single test cases. But in case you want to differentiate, that is not possible unless you are using TestNG. So it will still be treated as a single test case, and in case it's failing, it will fail that point. And as of now, you did not know how to generate some report, how to do the execution for the multiple classes at the same time. All this stuff you did not learn. Okay, so we'll be learning today with TestNG. So what is TestNG? So TestNG is nothing where NG stands for next generation, is a JUnit inspired open source automation testing framework which provides different features like data driven testing, parameterization support, different utilities, annotation, and test case grouping, which will help you to create robust and powerful testing project. Okay, so what is JUnit? JUnit also I should say that it is an open testing framework, open source framework. JUnit primarily used by the developer for the JUnit testing, but still whenever you will be using BDD, then you need to use the JUnit. Similarly, TestNG also is a similar framework, similar to JUnit, but it is having more added features, which will help tester to different kind of skip development for their functional testing, integration testing, and end-to-end testing as well. It is having different features. We'll be discussing one by one. You can do the data-driven testing. What is data-driven testing? Means same test case in case you want to execute it with different variation of that data, you can do it. Suppose say I want to log into the application with 10 different user and password combinations. So same test case I will be running, but I will be varying 10 different user ID password combination. So that is the way same test case will be called with different 10 variety of the data. I can validate it. Then parameterization I can do. What is parameterization? It is nothing that with the similar variables you will be doing different operation. Suppose say you are having two variables a and b. Say a value is 50, b value is 20. With these two variables you want to add, subtract, multiply, divide everything. So your variable is constant, but you want to do different transactions or operations, or you want to call different method. That is called parameterization. Okay, so parameterization is with same variable you will be performing different operation, whereas data-driven testing is that you will be running same test cases with different variety of the data. It is having different utility you will be learning. Okay, different annotations will be covering. There is a grouping features available. What is grouping? Suppose say I am just giving a simple example. You are having 100 test case. Say you developed 100 test case, but 100 test cases every time you will not be running them. Instead of that, you can categorize them based on a requirement. Out of 100 test cases, you can categorize that 5 test cases as for sanity or the smoke test, 20 test cases as for your integration testing, 30 test cases for your end-to-end testing, 50 test cases for regression testing. So you can add those group tag, and based on requirement you can run only that particular group tag. So automatically it will filter out that 5, 10, 30, 20 test cases, and it will try to run it based on the requirement. So that is the way, instead of running all the test cases and wasting the time, I can get our test case executed in short span of time, and I can validate whether my objective is met or not, my everything is working fine or not. Okay, and also it will give you some reporting features that you can have multiple test cases, and you can also generate some report by default which is having TestNG. But apart from that, you can go with other report later point of time. TestNG is designed to primarily cover all categories of tests: unit testing, functional, end-to-end integration. Using TestNG, user can generate a proper report. User can easily identify how many test cases passed, failed, and skipped. In case user need to execute only failed test case separately, it is possible to execute it. Suppose say you are having 100 test case. Out of 100, your 95 test case got passed and 5 test case got failed. And next time if you want to execute, say again it will try to execute 100 test case, and that time might be 90 might be passed and 10 might be failed. So here 10 failure is not because of your application actual failure. Sometimes because of application slowness, internet connectivity problem, or other problems, sometimes might be false failure might be coming. So that what you can do, you can rerun only the failed test cases couple of number of time. So in the normal it is not possible, but TestNG is having some features you will be learning in the next session. Then how you can run only the failed test case n number of time, and in case some problem is there, you can correct the code and you can rerun the failed test case, so that you no need to spend similar time in running all the test cases again and again. You can only execute the failed test cases based on requirement in number of times until they are getting passed or it is genuine failure, so that you can log a defect. Why TestNG is useful in Selenium? The testing framework can be easily integrated with different tools like Maven and Jenkins. Maven is nothing but dependency management tool, and Jenkins is nothing but the CI/CD tool. So you can create some job, you can schedule some job, you can execute, you can map your framework. After that, you can run it, or it can be run also automated way as well. It generates the report which I already told. You can get to know how many test cases passed, failed, and skipped as well. Multiple test case grouping is possible, which I already discussed, and grouping will be possible using testng.xml file. So whenever you will be creating a testng thing, there will be testng.xml file with there, which is the key properties of testng, and from where you can easily configure majority of the stuffs. And there is an important attribute available called invocation count. Invocation count, right? What is invocation? Suppose say in case, same test case I want to execute 10 times. So we'll be copy and paste that code same times 10 times? No. Why? Because in case some changes is there, you need to change everywhere. So what is the features available? In case you just add the tag called invocation count, in particular test case, so the test case will be executed 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, whatever count you are giving, without affecting anything. Okay, so using TestNG, user can execute multiple test cases in multiple browser, or cross browser testing is possible. So say I want to execute same test case in different browser, it is possible. Or maybe I am having 10 test cases, 100 test case, 30 test case I want to execute Safari, 40 test case I want to execute Chrome, 30 test case I want to execute in Firefox. It is also possible with the help of TestNG. There are a lot of annotations available, like before method, before test, before shoot, after test, after method, after shoot, before class, after class, which I will be discussing, which are very easy to understand based on their syntax name itself. TestNG simplifies the way the tests are coded. There is no need of public static void main method. That is the one of the important key aspect of TestNG. So you no need to create any Java class at all, or you can create also without public static void main method. Its execution can be done with the help of @test annotation. So that is the one of the important aspect of TestNG. So there is no need of public static void main method at all. The sequence of actions is regulated by easy to understand annotations that do not require method to be static in nature. And there are some uncaught exceptions which can be automatically handled by TestNG without terminating the test prematurely or abruptly. These exceptions are reported as failed step in the report, and you can correct them based on your requirement later point of time. What are the other important TestNG features available? One of the stuff is that assertion. So in case you are using TestNG or JUnit, there will be some assertion possible. Means your objective is not only validate from one page to another page. No, right? For every page, you need to. One second, somebody is not able to join. Is everyone able to join? Or somebody still not allowed? Okay, Tushar, are you able to join?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Sorry, I did not check that one. Okay, good. So what is assertion means that your objective is not only to navigate from one page to another page, no, but for every page that you need to validate something. So that is possible with the help of TestNG. Say that I in the first page, right? I need to validate the title is matching or not. I need to validate that URL is correct or not. I need to validate that some field is available or not, or in that particular field is editable or not, right? Or drop down values are coming properly or not. Or in case I am clicking some link, it is opening some new page where the title is matching or not. That is also required. Otherwise, your testing automation is not successful. So every aspect, wherever some validation is there, you need to validate it. You need to add some assertion point. So in the TestNG, there is assertions available. So TestNG has an assert class which will provide multiple methods supporting different type of assertion, like checking the equality of the expected and the actual result, and also checking the true and false, and also like in case null or not null is coming, also you can do it. Running test case in parallel or the cross browser testing, cross platform testing, right? We already talked about. In case you want to distribute the test case in different like browsers, right? Or same test case you want to execute in all the browser, you can do it. You can do the parallel testings. So parallel execution can be done in multiple levels: method level, class level, and suite level. You can make test case dependent on other. What is dependency? Suppose I am giving a simple example or flow. So you want to automate e-commerce site. So first thing is that you need to log into the site, right? First thing. Once your login is successful, then you need to select any menu. Maybe you want to suppose say buy a particular jeans. So what you need to do? You need to select the brand and price range. After that, lot of things will be displayed. You need to select a product. After that, you need to select a size of the product. Then you need to add the product to the cart, and after that you can make a payment with different variety of the payment options, and your product will be delivered. And in case you are not satisfied, you can raise a return. After that, the product will be returned. Either you can go for next new thing replacement, or you can refund that amount. So that is the life cycle of that an e-commerce site basically. But say you are having all the test cases one by one. Okay, so that login you are having one test case. You are having test case for like product, adding the product to the cart, right? You are having a test case for payment part. You are having test cases for returning all this stuff. But say in case your login is not successful, then what is the point of running the test case, remaining test scenario? It will fail. So that is the way you can make some test case dependent. So whatever returning test case is there, you can make the dependent that login test case, product adding to the cart, and payment. In case this test 3 is successful, then only your test case will be executed. Otherwise, you don't no need to invest the time to make the test case fail. In case you are adding some dependency, then automatically other test, in case your primary test case got failed, then whatever test case depend on the primary test case, it will be skipped, and you will not invest any time. Simply it will be skipped because your dependent test cases got failed. Then you can prioritize the test case. What is the priority? Suppose say we are talking about this flow, and you are writing the method based on the alphabet. But for the login, you have written the method called login. For the return, you have written the called return. And for the adding product to the cart, your name is starting with A, adding product to the cart. But in case you are not giving anything, so your execution will start from alphabetical sequence, right? Alphabetical ascending order, like A to Z. So where first is coming with A, so it will first try to execute adding the product to the cart, but it will fail. Why? Because login is not successful. Login is not called based on the alphabetical order. So what you can do, you can give some order, priority, that you want to execute login as priority 1. After that you want to execute, give some priority, adding the product to the cart as priority 2, then doing the payment as priority 3 and returning as priority 4. So your, it will not matter that whatever alphabetical order method name is there, still it will execute based on the priority, so that your execution will never fail. Grouping the test case I already told. Logical grouping you can do with different variety of the your testing type, your defect type or other aspect as well. Data driven testing we told, with the help of the data provider you can try to execute same test case n number of times with different variety of the data. Reporting, it will generate some beautiful report where from where you can get to know how many test case pass, fail, skipped, all this stuff. And parameter is nothing, you want to, with the help of same parameter, if you want to execute multiple different functions or test cases, it is also possible. So that are the important key features available in TestNG and which makes TestNG popular in the market with Selenium. So JUnit came first before TestNG. JUnit primarily used by the developer, but nowadays in case you are using viralvideo framework, so you should be using JUnit as well. So JUnit having less annotation, but TestNG is having couple of more annotations. Compared to JUnit annotation, TestNG's annotation are easy to understand. TestNG allows grouping part, whereas JUnit does not have this feature of grouping the test case. Okay, TestNG is having couple of more annotation like before and after shoot, before and after test, before and after group, which is not available in TestNG. In TestNG, it is possible to do the parallel testing, but in JUnit it is not possible. Okay, TestNG allow test case to be dependent on the other, where JUnit does not allow it. So these are the couple of differences somehow might be asked, so you can get to know and you can definitely try, give your answer accordingly. So what is the step by step process for TestNG? So what we can do it, right? First you can go, you can just install the ID, right? You already having that your ID Eclipse. Okay, so this is only one time activity. Once you install the ID, first thing is that you can install TestNG in the ID. After that you can create n number of project, but you no need to install it again and again and again. Only thing is that you need to associate the TestNG, right, as in your project relevant page, that's all. So what is the thing you can do? You can click on help, you can click on the Eclipse marketplace. Just from the Eclipse go to help, click on the Eclipse marketplace. It might take some time, and in the search box just type TestNG. You no need to do anything. Okay, it will take some time. TestNG and press enter. Okay, so it is already installed for me, it is showing, otherwise it will be giving an option to install. Okay, after that there will be couple of steps, like you need to select all the options, whatever is coming, everything. Okay, and then you need to accept that condition, accept or right, unaccept. After that it will be installed and automatically it will be restart. After that you could able to see the TestNG options. Okay, how you could able to see? So this is only one time activity. Okay, if you right click on the project, any of the project, now before right clicking, so you can create any project now. It can be Java project, it can be Maven project. So this is the new project I have created today. So file, new, right, Maven project. You can give your, select that options and you can give that your group ID, artifact ID, and simply you can create the Maven project. After that automatically pom.xml file will be coming, and this is the folder that will be coming. So I created a package, training package in this folder, and I have opened the pom.xml file. I have added the Selenium dependency, simple thing. I did not added anything, only Selenium dependency I have added. Okay, then what I did, I select the project, click right click here, click on the properties. you could see TestNG's option is there because you installed TestNG and associated it. It is showing. That is the option you can verify. You click on the properties after creating the project, and you can click on the libraries, Java build path libraries, and then you can click on add library, and this TestNG will be available once you install the TestNG from the Eclipse marketplace. Then you need to select and click next and finish. That's all. After that you need to click on apply and close. So now TestNG will be added here. So you could see in the library Java is there, all the Maven dependency whatever installed is there, and now TestNG is also there. TestNG is a library, you need to remember. You need to click on add library, not as a variable or jar file. TestNG is a framework, so it's a library. So that's all thing you need to do. Now if you right click, once this part is done, you would be able to see the option as TestNG here. So that is the way you can get to know whether your TestNG is installed or not to the project. So these are the stuff already provided here. All the steps is there. You no need to worry about that. Okay. These are how to associate TestNG to your project. I also described here in the document. Now instead of a Java class, we'll be creating a TestNG class here. Okay. So you can create a Java class as well. So let's create a Java class. So simple Java class. Okay, I'll be creating a Java class. You can create it. Okay, say Java sample class. Okay, and you can select the public static void method because you are creating a Java class. Okay, then you can right click, run as. You could see option is coming called Java application, so you can execute it. Okay, you could see it's coming as Java class. Now I'll be creating a TestNG class. How I can do it? All the steps there. Okay, so you no need to worry about that. So right click here, go to new, select on other here. Right click, go to new and other, and here you can search with TestNG. Okay, it is giving two options to create a TestNG class. Click on next. Here you can give some name. Okay, say TestNG class 1, and you can simply click on finish. Now you could see the differences. So automatically, right, a method is getting created and test annotation is coming. There is no public static void main method at all, and this at the part will be coming. Run and debug. This is the TestNG feature, and run all will be coming. So this is your package name training. Annotation, why? @test annotation is coming from org.testng.annotation.test packages. Okay, and this is the method name by default coming, public void f. So I can change the method name called instead of that test1. That is fine. And here I can give some body ISO output for TestNG test1 class. Sorry, method. Okay. Now you could see the differences. So whenever we created a Java class, you are having the public static void main method, right? You required. And whenever you try to run it, it is option is giving us Java application. Okay. Now we have created TestNG class where no use of public static void main method. Only @test annotation will be considered as a test case. Now if you try to execute it, you'll be seeing the thing options coming as TestNG test, not the Java application. That is the difference. Now you can execute it, and you could see some beautiful result is coming automatically here in the console, right? How? You could see it executed TestNG version 7.11. Okay, it is coming the output whatever I want to print it out. But it is showing you the past. Test case got passed. From where? Training package. From which class? TestNG class 1. Which method? Test1 method. And now you could see it is coming as default test. Test case run 1, failure 0, skip 0. You go down, you could see it is run default shoot level also. Run 1, pass 0, fail 0, skip 0. Apart from that, as and when you are associating TestNG with your project, you could able to see this option. Result running class TestNG class 1. This part will be coming. And now you could see default shoot level 100 like that. Because one total test case executed and one pass. What is the time taken? Is 25 millisecond. 0.0.25 millisecond. Default shoot, and this is the first shoot level, then test level, then your package dot class level, then your test level. Only one test case was there, so it is coming like that. Now you just go to the project, right click and click on refresh. You could see test.output folder is getting generated. As and when you are right clicking after execution, refreshing the project, it will be there, test output folder. If you expand it, you could see lot of thing already came here, right? You could able to see here the past, fail, and this is the important one, emailable report.html. Now select that option, right click and click on open with. There are a lot of options you can open with. Click on web browser. You could see couple of stuff is coming, right? It is able to see generate some report automatically. You don't need to do anything. That is the inbuilt thing of TestNG, right? Default test run from the default shoot, right? One test case pass, skip 0, retread 0, fail 0, total time taken is coming also. And this is the package name dot the class name, this is the method name, right? All this stuff is coming. So that is the way you can get to know some reporting as well from the TestNG. So that is the beauty of the TestNG. Now what I will do, I will try to create one more test, say, and let's see what the difference is coming. So that is the way in a single class you can have n number of test cases. So I will change the method name as test2. So output of test2 method. Now you could see it is treating a separate test case. There is no link of this with the other test case. It is an independent test case. Something might get passed, something might get fail, but independent test case. Now it is two test case. Test1 class is residing in the test case 1, and this is the test case 2. At the test annotation will be considered a single test case. Now save the code, right click and run as TestNG test again. You could see now it is coming as total 2 test case, run, total 2 pass. If you come here, you could able to see under the training package TestNG class 1, there is 2 method executed, 2 test case executed, all are passed. Now again, let's try to go to the project, refresh the project again, refresh every time you need to refresh it. Okay, and then test output folder will be refreshed automatically. Now you can select the thing here and right click, open with browser. You could see now total 2 test cases executed, 2 pass, method test method 1 and test 2. So that is the way. Every time if you want to generate the report, you need to refresh it every time. Okay, so that is the stuff I tried to cover so far. Any doubt, anyone? All good, easy to understand, or any complications?
It's fine. So TestNG is itself a framework, right?
Yes, TestNG is an inbuilt open source framework. It is having lot of features. That is the reason you don't need to worry. Some of the features will be automatically inbuilt in the TestNG and you'll be using it simply. A lot of small projects they can run using TestNG only. They will not be using any other complication part. Then we'll go to the annotations part. So what is annotations? What is, as of now you have seen @test. So it is annotations from the TestNG only. So an annotation is a tag or metadata which provide additional information about the class, interface or method in TestNG. Annotations are primarily used to keep the structure of the test cases. These annotations invoke the methods according to the invocation time. So @test you already learned. You @test is nothing but is a test method or test case. Before class, it will be running only once before every class. After class, similarly, this annotated method will run once after all the test methods in the current class has been run. Before group, in case only you are using the group, then only it will be applicable. the list of group that this configuration method will run before, similarly after group will run after all the group has been run. Before method will be run every test method execution. After method will run after every test method execution. Before test, after test will be run, right? Any test method belong to the classes inside the test tag, @test tag. Okay. Before should, after should, it is only one time at a should level, because should is the highest hierarchy. You could see should is the highest hierarchy, then test, then the class, then the group, then the method, then your test case will come. After that, after method, after group, after class, after test, after should. So should is the highest priority, then test level, then class level, then group in case there is there, otherwise method level, and then test level. So you can see couple of stuff understand here. So as of now we have added two test cases. So what we will do, before class output for like that. Now you could see error message is coming, so you need to import the annotation from the TestNG. Before class you could see from org.testng.annotation. Similarly you can use after class and now you can import it. So what I did before class, I did before, then instead of class I can do it before method, after method, so I can import it. Then I can do before test, so I need to import them. Okay, sorry, what, yeah, before class, what is error, before method is there, after method, before test, after test, before class, after class. Okay, then I can make it before shoot. So we need to import it as well. Now you can try to execute it and see what is the output is coming. Run as TestNG test. You could see it's executed. Two test case still will be showing, because these are the other annotation is not the test case. It is a precondition of the post condition you can give. Suppose in the real time, you need to open two URL, say Google URL, you need to open it and you need to print the title of the page, and you need to open the Facebook URL, print the title of the page. So this is the two test cases. But every time your precondition is that you will be creating a web driver interface object, you will be launching the browser, you will maximize the browser, after that you will load the page. So that precondition you can give it at the before test, after test, or sorry, before test other part. And every time you need to close the browser, so that part you can give it before, after test, or after class, all this stuff. So that is the way it will be adding them only one time. So wherever your test case will be called, every time it will try to go for the same test case again and again. So that is the way where all this part will help you. But these are not considered as a test case. These are the pre-condition or the post-condition. You can use it through the TestNG. Now you could see the output. You could see first is coming as before shoot, then before test, then before class. But before method and after method will be called as every test method. You could see here. For test one it is calling before method after method because every method level, and here also it is calling. But class, right, test and shoot will be calling only one time here. You could see shoot is also coming here last. So that is the way these are the thing will be helping you. Now say what I will do in the real time. Okay, I can disable them. Okay, so say here I'll be defining a global variable at the class level, WebDriver driver equal to new
Doctor,
okay.
may I request one thing?
Yeah, tell me.
The same thing can we do with headless browser?
Yeah, we'll do it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so sometimes this problem is coming, right? You are saying, so you need to add it. Sometimes this is the part is not able to recognize what you are telling, right, Ramkrishna? This is not considering. So what you can do, you can go here and you can click on the project setup. Sometime it might come,
Exactly.
and you need to click it. That's all. Automatically it will be solved. Okay.
Okay. Yes, exactly the same.
Yeah, right. And you can import it. Sometime it's come. I also seen, and now it's done. So we can create something globally. Okay, WebDriver driver equal to, or better we can create, say, yeah, that will fine. Okay, now here let's try to see. Yeah. No, here you cannot do it. So you can see public static WebDriver driver. That's all. Yeah, public static WebDriver driver. You are creating the variable public static WebDriver driver so that it can be accessible anywhere. You are defining a static. Now you can create the object, say the before test driver equal to new Chrome driver, right? Because we have defined something globally. Now what we can do, driver dot window dot driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. I can do this part till here, right? Okay, so this is the part I want to do. Every time I want to create a new launch a browser and to maximize it, and every time here what I want to do, I want to quit the browser. So driver dot quit. That's all. Now what I will do, I can, okay, create two test case, say test cases, say I can give some name called Google page. Okay, so here what I can do, driver dot get, okay, https .com. That's all. Now I can do whatever I do, I can print out driver dot get title. Okay, now I can create a new method, another method. Say Facebook page. That's all. Other test case we can comment it out, or you can maybe cut for now. Okay, so now what I did, okay, I have defined that web driver object. I defined static public so that I can access any of the method. Now in the before test, I have defined all the stuff you could see, maximizing and creating the every instance, and every time I want to quit it, so that I will not be calling it every time in my test case. You can see simply I am just opening the page and getting the title. Simply. That is the way it will help me to reduce my redundancy part. Now you could run it. You could see first page is opening based on the alphabetical order, Facebook and Google, and getting close, everything, right? Quickly. And you could see now two test case got passed, and now you could see output Google and Facebook. It is working based on the alphabetical order. It is not a order of whatever way you are doing it. Okay, this code I can paste it here. So that is the way your TestNG will help you. These are the different annotation will help you, right, to give the precondition and the post condition for the your test case. Is it clear so far?
So one query here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one query here. Sorry to ask. So there are two test cases, right? And you have used before test and after test, right? Two methods different. So is it possible to have different conditions for these different test cases? Means I'm saying in the real time scenario.
No, whatever is generic for all the test case, that should you give.
Okay.
Whatever is generic, right? Suppose say here every time you need to log. In case suppose say you want to every time you want to operate with Facebook, then you can what you can do. You can load the Facebook page. You can give the ID, password, and go to the home page. That you can give in the precondition itself. Everything.
And before test, Dada, can you give only one method or you can give more methods also?
No. Anything you can do. Anything you can do. Right. So driver.
So can create any before test you can create or no, only one you should create?
No. You can create only one because that tag cannot be duplicated. Na, that tag cannot be duplicated.
Yeah, so for a single class it can be only one, right?
Yes, right. And you can suppose say just I'm giving simple example. So say you want to go to the Facebook homepage every time, right? Okay. So what you can do? You can go here, card the code here, and you can give it here completely. Okay. And you can give the ID, password, everything. You can give it here. You can click on the sign in button. That all the stuff you can give in the before test. After that, your test case might start. Your home page will be reached. After that, you can do anything. Because you know that this class is only handling my Facebook home page or any particular website. Say suppose in case you want to open any any particular site with your Amazon site, say. But every time you need to open the Amazon site, you need to give your ID, password. After that, you need to go to the home page. So that precondition you can give it in the before test. And after that, once you reach to the home page, then you can search some electronics products, you can search some clothes, you can go to the all these other stuff, right, one by one. You can go to some maybe like any other product, okay, any grocery product. You can go for any other any item, right, whatever, mobile accessories, all these stuff you can do it. Because at every time you need to log into the page with your credentials. So that part you can give it in the before test one.
Okay, so one thing more to ask here. Suppose in our real time scenario we'll be having multiple steps, right? So how we'll design a test case accordingly?
Oh, that part will be learning slowly. Okay, right, not right now. I was just it will take some time. I will be letting you know. Okay, this is the starting of the framework. Okay. Slowly you'll be learning it. So this is the sequence, you already get to know the idea. Okay. Now say you let's one more test do it. Ready page. Let's try to run it again. So it will be execution will be done based on the alphabetical order. You could see now it is 3 test cases coming. What is that? Alphabetical order. Facebook, Google and Reddit. And you are able to get the output here console, right? You could see these are the 3 output: Facebook, Google and Reddit. Now say I don't want to execute a particular test case. Okay, due to some reasons I don't want to execute it. So do you need to comment out? Because comment or uncommenting part might be take some time, right? Or removing the code also might take some time. But what is TestNG features able at that you can make them enabled or disabled. Okay, that is the concept of enabling or disabling test in TestNG. TestNG provides an attribute for enabling or disabling a test in our test. There are many times when user do not want to run a particular test, and it's not a better way to remove the whole test method from the class and then add it again when user want to rerun them. So what we can do, we can use something called enabled equal to false. That's all. You can do it. Okay, so that it will be there but it will never be executed. And by default, in case you are not giving anything, it will take still consider enable equal to true. So these 3 scenario I have given. One is given enable equal to true, and one I have given enable equal to false. One I did not given anything. So wherever I did not given anything, by default it will be taking enable equal to true, it will be executed. By default is enable equal to true. And in case you are manually also giving enable equal to true, still it will be executed. But in case you want giving enable equal to false, so it will be not be executed. It will be completely ignored from the execution, though code is there. That is the beauty of TestNG, to enable or disable multiple tests from a particular class or multiple set of class or suits. You could see now 3 test cases there, but second test case will not be executed. Okay, so Facebook part not get executed. You could see total 2 part executed, but I have 3 scenario. Here output you could see Facebook part is not here, Google and Reddit is coming. Still you want to validate more, you could come here and you could see Google page and Reddit. It is not executed. Why? I have made it enable equal to false. So that is the way you can do it.
But for Google also, do you need to explicitly mention enable equal to true?
No. That is the thing I tried to cover it. In case you are giving enable equal to true or blank, it is still same.
Still same.
Yes. So I tried to explain everything, all the options. Okay. So enable equal to true or blank is still same. It will be enable equal to true by default. In case you want to make something enable, then you can make it enable equal to false. Next one is the priority. So here it is executing based on the alphabetical order, right? But I already told, say I want to execute ready first. Then it is possible? No, because it is coming based on the alphabetical order. So here you can change, give some A before ready. You can change the method name. But in case you are having 200 test cases, it is possible to understand for you to change the method name? No, right? So what you can do, basically key flow part, you can give some priority so that it will be executed based on the priority. So you can do the sequential execution. So that is called priority or sequential execution. So in any automation project, most time testers are required to configure test suite to run test method in a specific sequence, or user must give some precedence to certain test method over other. So TestNG allows user to handle scenario like this by providing a priority attribute within the @test annotation. By setting the value of this priority attribute, user can maintain order of the test method as per their priority. So priority, it can take only numeric value, integer value. It can be negative to positive. In case you are not giving any priority, it will be taking 0 by default priority. So I can give something called priority. Okay, priority is not like that you have to give sequential 1, 2, 3. No, we will be giving like 5. Why? I will be explaining. and here I can give suppose say -5. So we should give some gap in the real time, because later point that time in case I added two test case, okay, so that I can give the another priority, remaining priority. So you can give a gap of 10 like that, okay, so that is better, okay, like that, so that in case you are having adding 3 test case later point of time, you can give it 6, 7, 8, so that some difference will be there. So here 3 priority I have given, one is +5, one is -5, one I did not given anything. So can anyone let me know what will be executed first and what will be executed second and third? I already told. Rediff, Facebook and Google, which will be executed first, second and third? What will be the sequence now?
Locality is ready, right?
Mm-hmm.
Priority.
Yes.
So yes, obviously.
So it will start with lower to higher, right?
It's not problem.
Yes. So here, whatever lower Google -5, so it will be executed first. And by default, we did not given anything here, so it will be treated as street 0, so it will be second, and +5 is the highest one, it will be last.
Yes.
Now see.
The meaning of priority.
Yeah, lower to higher.
What to have.
Yes. Yeah, whatever is less will be executed fast. You could see.
So why will pass?
Let me check. Sometimes it does. Last time it hold the data, right? Sometime you need to refresh it again. You could see now 3. Okay. Now you could see the sequence here. You can come here sequencing, right? Rediff is executed fast because it's having less priority, -5. Then Facebook, why it is by default 0? You did not give it anything. And then in case highest one. So that is the way it will work. So in case you are having same test case, two same priority, then those test case will be again executed based on the alphabetical order again, ascending order, lower to higher, A to Z. Okay. So lower one priority will be executed first, then the higher one. But in case two test cases having same priority, so within these two, whatever is the alphabetical order, lower order, ascending, it will be executed. Try to execute in the ascending order. But it is exact same one you need to use. In case you are giving some capital word, it will throw you error. You could see. You need to give exact priority word. In case you are giving any other value, decimal value, it will not work. It will only take the integer part. Okay. So that is the other step of priority you need to understand.
So in real time, I will be designing our test cases, right? So are we going to define it with respect?
Yeah, in the real time might be we will be using very less, but still in small project, right? In case you want to do the priority, you can use it. So these are the all learning. It is not like that everything will be using in that big framework. Okay. So in the suppose say in case I'm just giving example. There are so many books you have already started, right? From first standard to your college, master degree, whatever. So in exam everything will be coming or not? Tell me. Right? But you need to learn everything, right? You never know what part you need to utilize in the project framework, right? Okay, so I am trying to cover you all the important aspect. In the interview also, these are the stuff will be asking. Okay, then whether you now know the concept or not, you can use it or not, that is different part. Okay, but you need to learn because at that time no syllabus, right? You don't know which question will be coming. Okay, so sometime, right, in the previous year whatever question came in our board exam, we used to avoid it. But so I mean, board used to, what you need to do, they repeat the same exam again next year also. And the people get trouble, right? Okay. Yes, right. So you cannot go any suggestion, right? And whatever best important stuff or whatever used, you should learn it. Okay, you don't know wherever it will be using or not. It will depend. Small project that is used, but big project we do not be using. We will use different approach. Okay. Next one is assertion. Okay. So what is assertion? So I told about that, right? In case you want to get something right? You want to validate something, you need to give some assertion part. Okay, because assertion will verify your test case objective will meet or not. So where it is coming, say my test case is coming as Google here. What? Okay, so what I'll be doing, I'll be storing some string expected title equal to Google. That is my expectation, right? Then what I can do, I can get the actual title using this method, and I can store some variable called string actual title, right? Now what I can do, I can try to verify this part, two part, whether actual matching or not. So I can use some assert class. So in testing there are two class assertion available. One is the hard assertion, one is the soft assertion. Okay. So what I will do, so hard, what is the problem of the hard assertion? In hard assertion, in case your test case fail, so for that test case remaining line of code will not be executed. It will stop at that line. That's the problem of hard assertion. So what I can do, assert dot assert equal, because this is the string, so I can call that method called string method.
You're looking for string, right?
Yeah, you could see now actual and expected, and here you can no need to use it, that one is still fine. Okay, and you can end with that. Now it should match because I have intentionally given Google, right? So it should match. It should test case should not fail, and the title also get printed out in the console. All test cases getting passed, right? You could see test case getting passed, right? And title is getting matched, so title will be also printed in the console. Okay, based on the alphabetical order, title is coming for the Google also. Now let's try to fail it. Intentionally I have given give Google 1, so what it will be, it will fail. Okay, my expectation was Google initially 1, but now it's got changed to Google say, just for the thing purposes, right? Now if you try to run, you will see what's happening there. You could see test case got failed, right? Okay, first go to the console and see what's happening here. Okay, the Google output is not coming. Why? Because test case fail here, and this line is not getting executed because of hard assertion. This is called hard assertion. TestNG, and Google output is not coming because this step will not be executed. And now it is failure is coming. You can get to know all the failure from here. Otherwise, you can go to the TestNG and you can click here on the failed test case. You can click here. You can go right, copy TestNG message or copy TestNG trace, and then you can open a notepad and you can come here. You can see all the details is coming here. What a failure? Java.lang.assertion. Expected was Google 1 but found as Google. So it is a getting failed. What thing coming? It is coming as the test training class, training package, TestNG class, Google page method, and line number 26. Right? This line number is getting failed. So that is the way you can get to know all the failure. Now you try to refresh the project again. And now go to the test output folder again. Click on the emailable report.html. Try to open with web browser. Now you could see total 3 test cases executed, 1 fail. What is the failure? Google page method. click here, you could able to see all the method, what failure reason. Same thing also will be coming in the report, whatever able to see there. So that is the way from the test engine you can easily understand from the report itself the what is the failure reason and why the failure got came. But for the soft assertion, the problem is that as and when a failure is coming, next line of code will not be executed. So what we can do to avoid this, we need to use the soft assertion. So there is a soft assertion class available, soft assert. So you can create the object. You can import it from the TestNG. Then same way I can use call it dot. Simply think same way you can call it. Okay. So can you let me know whether it should fail, right? Actually Google one and Google, right? It should come Google, but whether it will fail or not. No, it will not fail here. Still it will pass. Though assertion is getting failed, still it will pass. I'll be explaining what is the reason. So these are the questions you'll be asking in the interview in case you are also going for any interview. Okay. Then in case you are using soft assertion, so assertion is getting failed, still test case will be passed. What is the reason? So there is a one clause there. In case you are using soft assertion, there is a one clause you need to use it. It is getting slow. It's taking some lot of time. ADP page is taking a lot of time to load. Okay, we can just comment out this part for now. Okay, you could see two test case got pass, but still test case should get fail because expected was Google one, but it is coming as Google, so it should fail, right? But it is still not getting failed. You could see it is coming still Google, but we have expectation Google one, but still not fail. Why? So there is a one tricks. Okay, for the soft assertion. So at the end, whenever you are doing all the assertion part, you need to call assert all method. So even here in the assertion get failed, but test case will continue with the execution and print the message below the second assertion. In case you forgot to call assert all method at the end of the test, test will pass even if the assert object throw exception or fail. So do not forget to add assert all at the end. So here you need to call at the end. Assert all. It is coming from the soft assert class. That is required. That is the way TestNG design. Now you could see it will fail, but your remaining line of code will execution will not stop. That is the beauty. In case you are having 100 lines and your test case is fail at second line, remaining all line will be executed still. So it is a soft assertion we should always use. You could see Google output is still coming because this line of execution code is still executed, though failure is there. Same way. It expected was Google, but it's coming as Google one. So in case you are passing, there is no problem at all. So that is the way it should work. Assertion you should always use. Soft assertion.
It will not stop your execution at least.
Sorry?
It will not stop your execution.
Yes, right. It will not stop you the execution and you will continue the remaining line of code as well from the same test case. But other test case will not be impacted at all. Okay. So that is the
hard assert is by default it's a property in Java, right?
no all are Selenium, man. How it is Java?
Sorry, in Selenium. Hard assert is always
It's TestNG, not Selenium, TestNG.
in TestNG, sorry. And in soft assert we need to define define it because it's a
Yeah,
separate class.
yeah, right. You need to create an object first. But hard assertion, direct class you can call it. But soft assertion, you need to. Okay. Okay. Then we'll go to the next one. So let's comment out this part for now for easy understanding. Let's create total 3 method. Okay, I've created total 4 method for now. This is normal method for your understanding purpose. So if you run, it will be 4 executed, 4 pass. There is no failure at all. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll go to the next one. Depends on method attribute in TestNG. So say I already told, right? In case your test cases, just like the e-commerce site flow I told, right? In case your login is not successful, your product is not successful, then you need to no need to, right? Call the other test case. You no need to waste the time because it will fail anyway only. See, no need to waste the time. So what you can do, you can make it depends on method. So say whatever I am using it here depends on, just press control space bar if you do not know all this part, you can see it is coming. Depends on method, and here you can give double quote and you can give the method name, whatever method you can use it. That's all. You can give comma within the double quote in case you want to use multiple dependency as well. That is also possible. Okay, so here I can use it other as well. Okay, like that. So these two test cases depend on test 2. Okay, now if you execute it, it will not be any problem. Okay, because your main test case is not getting fail, so it is not having any problem. All test cases getting passed. Now what I will do, I will make this test case fail with any assertion. What is fine. So say 20, but my expectation is 31. Now it will fail. So this test case will be fail. So what will be the happening in the other two test cases which is dependent on the other? So instead of execution those test case, it will be completely skipped or kept. So it will not try to execute the other test case wherever main test case wherever dependent is getting failed. So I don't want to invest that time. You could see now output. Okay, total 4 was there. 1 passed, 1 failed, and 2 gets skipped. You are coming here, you could see skip. Why? Because of this part. Copy it. Okay, why? Because depends on method does not successfully finish. And go to the TestNG project, refresh, try to open that report. You could see 2 test case got skipped. Test 3 and test 4. Test 1 got passed, test 2 got failed, and these are the skip. So I don't want to invest my time because these are the failed. But still, in worst case, you want to execute forcefully, though your dependent test case is getting failed. Suppose in that other test case you want to check maybe other functionality, might be, right? Intentionally you want to execute forcefully. So what you can do, you can there is another attribute available called always run equal to true. Though your dependent test case is getting failed, you don't need to care. You can always run it. Okay, so it will pass or fail based on the actual part. So what I can do, I can use always run equal to true. So here what will happen? Though my depend test case get failed, but it will still try to execute it and it will pass it. Other test case will still ignore. So that is the way these two annotations played an important role in TestNG. You could see. Now two test cases got passed and one only skipped, one failed. Test 3 got passed because I have used and always run equal to 2. Though my depend test case getting failed, still I want to make it run forcefully. So that is the way I can do it. Now in case your assertion got passed, so it is not having an impact at all anywhere. It will be always executed and 4 is getting passed. Next one is invocation count. So I already told, right, in case you want to execute a particular test cases multiple times, so what you can do, you don't need to copy the same test case or call the same method again and again and again. You can use invocation count. There's a keyword, attributes available. Okay, you can use it. Suppose here I will be using something called invocation count. You could see it now. Simply, I want to execute n number of times. Invocation count equal to 5. So what will happen? This particular test case will be executed 5 times. Now let's run it. Okay, you could see total test case was 4, but it's coming as 8 pass. Why? Because one test case is executed 5 times. I have given it 5 times invocation count. Now you could see, right? Here you could see test 2, 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, 5 of 5. That is the way you can understand that what test case was executed multiple times. Test 1, there is no 1 of by 2 by 5, all this stuff. But for test 2, 1 of 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 4 by 5, 5 by 5, like that. But now let's do the failure part. What's happened? It will fail all the test case. All 5 times fail. Now here some concern might be coming, that in case my one test type thing is getting failed because of some issue, will I be spending that other execution? No, actually should not waste the time, because you want to create test data, say, right? But one time it is failing because of some issue, so there is no point of going for the other 10 iteration, 20 iteration, because it will be anyway fail. Until my getting is fixed, I don't want to. In case only for passing part I want to execute it, but in case of any failure, I only fail only one time. Remaining part I want to skip them instead of failing. Just skip them. So what is the way I can do it? There's an option called skipFailedInvocation. Okay, equal to true. That's all. So it will fail only one time and remaining time it will be skipped. Simple thing. Okay, we could see total 4 run. Okay, it will be completely skipped. You could see now here. Test other part is skipped. It is only happen only for failure. But now in case your thing is getting work, so it will execute 4 times. Though you have used invocation skill fail is true, because it is not failing, so it will be executed all the time. That is the way. These are the different attributes, very important in TestNG. You might be using less time, but still these are very, very important, right? Lot of things, especially for the digital detection part, you can create a very small project and you can try to use them anytime. Okay, I will take a pause, guys, here. Are we clear?
Sir, I have doubt on depends on.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Tell me.
can we have multiple values in depends on? Is it only unique one?
Sorry.
So my test case is there. I have one test case
Uh-huh.
which is depending on 2 test cases.
Uh-huh.
So is it real time scenario or it will be on only one?
Yeah, so in case one test case depend on 2 test case, so in case both your test case got passed, then only it will be executed. Otherwise, it will be skipped.
Okay, one phase,
one pass you will not know. No, both the test cases need to be passed. Suppose say in case you want to return the product, right? You log in anyway, leave it. So first thing is that you are dependent two test cases. One is the adding the product to the cart, one is payment, making the payment. So in case you are adding the product, this card is getting passed, another test case getting passed, still will be skipped because still this failure, right? I don't want to execute it.
Okay.
But in case my both adding the product to the card and payment is successful, then definitely that test case will be executed. So that is the way in one test case I can make multiple dependency.
Okay. So it is possible to have multiple dependencies.
Yes, multiple dependency, right? I already given also here. You could see with comma sign, right? Method 1, method 2 like that.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Okay. Next one important things. Say I have created a class. Okay. I want to create one more class. TestNG class only. Five. Simply I can just give it for like that. So I can run it from again here, run as TestNG test. Okay, it will work. But in case I want to run all the classes, whatever TestNG classes I have created at the same time, is it possible for me here? No, right? Not possible. Okay. So Java class, whenever you are running, getting the option called Java application, and you can run isolated test cases, TestNG class with the help of TestNG test. Okay. But in case I want to execute all the TestNG class at the same time, it is possible? No. So what is the options available? So I need to convert the project to the TestNG project. Select it, right click, or maybe you can create one more package. Say. This is a different package at all. So what is the options? In case I want to run all my TestNG class from different package or different classes, so I need to select the project, need to right click here, need to convert it to TestNG project, convert it to TestNG. Okay, automatically you could see it is showing you to give some suite name or test name, and all the classes is coming here and thread name is coming here. So you can just select it, click on finish, no need to do anything, and automatically you could see there is a TestNG.xml file is getting created. Now you can go here. Okay. Now whenever you try to run from TestNG, you could see here the default suite name is coming as default suite, and it is coming as default test, and here it is package name to the class name, it is method name. But whenever you are creating the TestNG.xml file, you can give some suite name. Here I can give something called whatever you can give, TestNG suite, and test name I also give it, TestNG test. Now you could see all the classes are coming here from different package. From training package, TestNG class 1. From training package, TestNG class 2. And from the training 1 package, TestNG class 3. That is the way you need to update your TestNG.xml file. These are the important part. Other part you leave it. First is suite level, then your test level where you can give the thread, will parallelly work, execution. Then classes tag, under the classes tag you need to give the class. Class is nothing but that package.class name, and you need to end the classes tag, you need to end the test tag, you need to end the suite tag. That's all. In case you are adding one more class, you can add it here, just like that, class tag in the class. Now if you want to run it from this TestNG.xml file, what option you are able to see? Run as TestNG, not test. It is TestNG suit. That is the difference. From Java class, option is coming as run Java application. From TestNG, any class you can execute only isolated, but TestNG TestNG test. But from the TestNG.xml file, you can add n number of class from the n number of packages, and option will be coming as TestNG suite. That is the beauty of TestNG. You could see now total test case executed 10, and if you go here, you could see the suite name got changed. TestNG suite, whatever you have given here. So you can change your name as well instead of default suite or default test. Test name also got changed, whatever you have given, and now it is coming class level. Whatever based on the sequence is there in the classes tag. So TestNG class 2 executed first, method 5 got executed, test 5, and then your TestNG class 1 is coming where all the 4 method executed, test 2 method executed for 5 times. So it is 8 iteration, and then it is coming as testing 1 class, TestNG class 3 6, test 6 is getting called. So total test case is getting called and executed. Now if you refresh your project again and go to that your test output folder and go to your emailable report HTML, try to open with web browser, you could able to see this is the package name, this is the class name, this is the package name, class name, this is the package name, class name, and all the method executed, how many times, total time taken, all this stuff is coming, total 10 passed executed, and TestNG test is the name and TestNG suite is the name. All got changed accordingly. So that is the way, right? You can try to convert, right, a normal thing to TestNG, and you can use that TestNG.xml file, which will be the important heart of the TestNG thing. Okay, we using that test part, we will be using it later point of time. Okay, so this is the basics part of cover TestNG. So tomorrow you will be learning, next session, sorry, I will be learning lot of other stuff. The important part, right, how to re-execute only failed test case, right, what is the group part, how you can do the parallel testing, other part. Okay, so I'll recapture one more time before wrapping up today's session. So TestNG is a JUnit inspired framework. NG stand for next generation, which will give you lot of advantage to regenerate beautiful report, to use the different annotations. Without main method, you can do the execution, you can create multiple packages, multiple tests, right? You can generate report, you can do different kind of testing, you can do the parameterizations, you can do the grouping, right? You can use the invocations, right? You can make something dependent, you can prioritize your test case, you can do the data driven testings. These are the couple of stuff. So JUnit came fast, it is having less feature compared to TestNG. Okay, it does not have couple of more additional annotations. Okay, using JUnit it is not possible to group it or to do the parallel test execution sometimes. Okay, so for installing TestNG, first you need to go to the Eclipse marketplace, you need to search with TestNG, you need to add it to your project, your Eclipse, you need to restart your Eclipse. After that, you need to create any project, you need to associate TestNG library to your project, and then you can create a TestNG class, and after that you can use all the annotations available. It is annotations will be, order will be before suit, before test, before class, before groups, before method, then test will come after method, after group, after class, after test, and tests after suit. If you want to enable or disable test case, you can still do it with the help of the enable equal to false tag. You can disable some test case instead of removing the line of code or blocking the comment, adding the commenting the code. You can do the priority of the test case in case you want to execute it, right, based on the particular priority, so that your thing will not be failed. So you can give some priority. Priority will be from the lower to higher. By default, priority will be 0. Okay, and then you can use assertion. So there are two assertions, soft assertion, hard assertion. So hard assertion problem is that in case assertion getting failed, your execution will stop there, remaining line of code for that particular test method will be not be called, or the test case will not be executed. But soft assertion, in case your test case is getting failed, still it will be executed remaining line of code. So that is the beauty of soft assertion. So after using soft assertion, you need to create a class from the soft assert class object. After that, you can use assert all these methods, whatever available. At the end of that, you need to call the assert all methods. Otherwise, your test case though failing, it will be still considered as a pass. Okay. In case you are want to dependent something, you can make it dependent so that your original test case get failed. Your dependent test case will be not be executed. It will be completely skipped instead of failure and instead of wasting your time. But in case still you want to forcefully execute the dependent test case, you can make it always run attribute equal to true. Invocation count, in case you want to execute the same test case n number of time, you can use it invocation count n. But in case one test case is getting failed, you don't want to waste the time, right? Or you don't want to re-execute the other iteration, so you can make it invocation fail skip fail invocation, right? So that it will never execute it. And you can convert it any project maven project to TestNG with the help of the TestNG options, where you can give the suite name, test name, and you can have multiple packages, multiple classes at the same time. You can run it. Other stuff will be discussed on next session. So that's all from today's session, guys. Thank you.